Hi everyone, I'm Jessica of Sacred Cedar Yoga. Welcome back for another Asana Library Yoga Foundations video. Today we are deep diving on downward facing dog, also known in Sanskrit as Adho Mukha Savasana. Downward dog or downward facing dog is a really great pose. It is a posture that you're going to see in guided videos. You're going to see them in public yoga classes. It is one that you can opt out of. You can always take child's pose if an instructor is ever guiding the class through downward facing dog. That is a great alternative if there's an issue with your knees or your wrists where downward dog is just not available to you today or at all. But what we're going to do before we begin today, because this is such a common pose, it's something that really bridges us from working on the ground, working in a lot of kneeling postures, to bringing us up higher into the stratosphere, a different height of yoga asanas. All of our standing postures can kind of be bridged from the ground to up high through downward dog, and because it really helps us with things like our glutes and our thighs, our hamstrings, our calves, our arms. It really opens up the back. It really strengthens the core. It's just very much a full-bodied pose. We're going to get started. Before we do anything else, we're going to do a little warm-up with the hands. So as you sit here in your easy seat, bring your hands up. You can have them in a cactus shape or just, at your sides here. And as you inhale, open those hands really, really wide, really stretch them as much as you can. And exhale, bring them back to little fists. Let's try that again. Inhale, really stretch the hands. Try and make L shapes with the first finger and the thumb. Exhale, back to little fists. One more time. Inhale to really stretch. Exhale, fist them up. So to start in downward dog, we have a few options. What we're going to try first is tabletop position. So this is something that you can see a video for in order to get your alignment. But for the purposes of downward dog, what we're going to do is make sure that our wrists are stacked underneath our shoulders and that our knees are stacked underneath the hips. Right now in tabletop, our tops of our feet are on the mat. And before we do anything different with the feet, I want to focus on the hands. So we did our little warm-ups, and you want to make sure that your hands are really spread, and especially try and make almost like an L shape with the thumb and the first finger. So really strong wrists here. You're going to really straighten out those arms. And on your inhale, curl the toes underneath the feet here. As you inhale, you're going to lift your hips up to the sky, sending your tailbone up to the sky. Your hips and your tailbone is actually the highest part in downward facing dog. So once you get here, I really advise my students to keep some movement happening. So while you're aligning, start to drop your heels, alternating left and then right. Slow, steady movement here. And as you're doing so, start to really open your shoulders up away from you to create space for your nose, for your head, to rest in between the arms. Really lift the belly button into the spine. And again, keep moving. Keep moving the heels, slowly sending them down to the earth one at a time. Another starting point that we can use for downward facing dog is puppy pose. So that's where we are starting in tabletop, just like we did previously. But this time we're starting to lower the heart, melting it towards the mat. And we're stretching out the arms, sending the palms out long in front of us, keeping the hips and the tailbone pointing up to the sky. We're kind of mimicking here that compression of the belly to the thighs in downward dog by practicing puppy pose to start. So when you're ready on your inhale, you can curl those toes under. Try and bring the palms up just a little bit. And then send the hips up to the sky. You might feel like you're in that V shape a little more naturally when you start from puppy pose versus tabletop. So again, we want to open up those shoulders. Imagine you're hugging your head with your biceps. And you're sending the tailbone, the hips up towards the sky. Bend the knees as you pedal the feet out. And send your gaze down to your feet. Imagine your head as an extension of your spine. And really send the energy from your thighs up and then let it wash down the arms. And there you have downward facing dog. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and be sure to watch the other videos in this Yoga Foundations Asana Library playlist. There's plenty there and plenty more to come. If you would like even more information on this and other poses, remember that you can join the Sacred Cedar student portal over on Patreon, where you can get access to the Asana library, which has videos like this, but it includes different variations and flows that you can do with a single posture, as well as write-ups on the poses and some extra bonus yoga classes. Until next time, again, I'm Jessica. This is Sacred Cedar Yoga, and I'll see you later.